Yeah, this is Trapper Ed, and it's October 15th. October 15th. It's been raining. Rained a little last night. We've been getting about a rainstorm a week, which is great because California needs all the rain it can get. We've been caught up in at least 20-year drought. Some say it's a 100-year drought. In any event, it's been dry. It's been more dry than usual, at least for the last 20 years. So I don't think we've had any good rainy weather since the early 90s, like 91, 92. Those were wet winters. But I went out the other day to recover those traps down in Canyon Lake, and it was getting greener, which is nice. It was definitely signs were indicative of an increased rainfall. There was increased wildflowers, California buckwheat, and the chamais. Everything was growing, so it's a good sign, because if there's sufficient floral growth and herbage, then the prey species will definitely increase. Rabbits, field mice, Norway rats, and such. Then the predators that feed on those will also. You know, there's so many prey species, I couldn't go down the list. Mice and voles and moles, pocket gophers, ground squirrels, and you know, you name it. Prey species. So when the prey species go up, because we have wet years and there's more herbage for them to feed on grains, wild grains, flowers, herbs, grasses, well, their numbers increase, and then the predators correspondingly increase. That's the way it works. So in that result, in that way, the Canadian lynx is directly tied to the population of snowshoe rabbits, and the American bobcat is directly linked and tied to the population of the cottontail rabbit, just as the mountain lion is directly linked to the population of coastal deers, whatever their particular species is, whether it be white-tailed, black-tailed, mule deer, or hybrid. Mountain lion feast on deer. Bobcats feast on rabbits, and lynx feast on snowshoe rabbits. And that's just the way it is. You know, your average American wants to go to McDonald's. Well, your average bobcat goes to the cottontail bunny rabbit store for his Easter basket. And that's the way it is. Now, the Fish and Game Department didn't do their job this past few years. They were all busy in 2012 and 11 and 10 figuring out a way how they were going to hook and crook the trappers out of bobcat season. So they came up with AB1213, which is a farce. It's a communistic collusion. It's a bill that was put forth in collusion with the corrupt Chinese fur buyers for them to basically kick back a certain portion of the proceeds that they were spending for bobcat hides back to the anti-animal rights people who were gonna and did legislate AB 1213 to put an end to the bobcat trapping in California and ultimately nationwide, so that they can kill and then control the wild fur market. That's what it is. It's a collusion. It's a conspiracy of evil-minded Chinese businessmen and evil-minded American businessmen in a conspiracy to basically take over the global economic market. Has nothing to do with fur. Has everything to do with eliminating every vehicle and way and the means by which an independent can actually gain control over their life and have economic independence from the one world government system that they're trying to usher in. That's all it is. Has nothing to do with trapping at all. Just has to do with eliminating these loopholes. So one by one they're going down the road. Oh, well, these guys, they don't have many members, so we'll attack them first because they're highly visible. And then if everybody else sees that we've done these guys in, then everybody else will run for cover. They'll be scared. See? And so therefore, we got to do just the opposite. We can't run. We can't be scared. And we got to show them who the hell boss is. And the boss is us. We're the boss. We're the government. We're the law. They're not the law. We're the law. They're outside the law. They violated the spirit of the law when they illegally and unconstitutionally passed AB 1213. And then if that wasn't enough, the tenets of AB 1213 was signed into law in 2013 by Governor Brown himself, mandated that the EIS be done before any other thing could happen. The environmental impact study has never been conducted, it's not been funded, and so consequently any other subsequent action prior to that or post that bill being actually passed and implemented is unconstitutional. It needs to be repealed. The whole law needs to be repealed and remanded to federal court for review as to why these people should not be held in contempt of court and held for collusion and conspiracy. These people need to go to prison for this stuff, because what they're doing is they're playing with the whole judicial system. They've got all these judges and lawyers on strings, man, and they're bribing them. Money talks and bullshit walks. We're getting screwed over here because hunters can buy a hunting license for $47 and a penny and then spend another $16.25 and get 5 bobcat hunting tags. Now they can hunt and kill the bobcats, skin them, get them taxidermied, make a coat out of them, do whatever they want. They can eat them. They can paper their wall with them. They can make wallpaper out of them. Fur-lined toilet seats, mittens, booties, whatever they want to do with those 5 hides they can do, except they can't sell them, they can't barter them, they can't trade them, and they can't exchange them in commerce with anybody else for anything of value, period. You can't even really give them away, technically, not legally. So, number one, where's the value in that? Why kill 5 creatures that you can't use? Number one. Number two, if AB 1213 is set in place as the Bobcat Protection Act that it supposedly is, then why are these hunters being allowed to kill 5 bobcats and not the trappers? That's an unequal and unfair access to the law. Trappers are being locked out, but hunters aren't. Hunters can run their dogs on bobcats and kill them. As long as they have the tags, they're cool. And they've got longer to do it. They've got from October 16th until the end of February. Trapping season was traditionally only from November 24th to the end of January. So they've given these hunters 2.5 extra months to kill these 5 bobcats on top of the 2 that they already get. So they got 4.5 months to kill 5 bobcats that they can't possibly use. And who's going to stuff 5 and keep them in the living room? I mean, you could, but that's every year. So if you did it for 5 years, you'd have 25 stuffed bobcats in your living room keeping you company? I don't get it. It doesn't compute in my mind. And I don't think it computes in anybody else's mind either. See, so the whole spirit of AB 1213 is malicious and economic persecution. And I plan to bring it before the federal courts. And I'm right now trying to solicit money because I don't have the money. I think it costs about $200 to file a lawsuit in federal court, to bring a lawsuit in federal court for the forms to actually, lodged the complaint. So I'm looking for the NTA and the FTA to come up with that money, because this is important. You know, if Grenwell Fur Company is going to put a notice on their website saying, hey, this season, because the prices are so low and the Chinese have flooded the fur market, international fur market, with ranch mink, thereby depressing the muskrat and otter and beaver prices down to basically zero, and flooded the international market with tons of ranched fox furs, thereby depressing further the coyote and lynx and bobcat market, and raccoon, mustn't forget them. And Russia's out of the picture because they're involved in a global war right now, involving Syria and the Crimea and just a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's all economic. They've depressed the ruble down to next to nothing. They've got a depression going on in Europe. They've got anarchy, global pandemonium, and it's all because these people are trying to enslave us. Not just trying, they are personally, practically, for lack of better words, enslaving our country, enslaving the whole economic system to these Chinese who are basically destroying our culture. And it's time we stand up and fight these bastards. And you know what? They're driving around in these police cars. They're putting the people in prison. They're putting the people in the mental health centers. They're disarming you. They're telling you you don't have any rights. You don't have the right to fish, hunt, or trap in your own country, let alone your own state or your own backyard. You don't have those rights anymore. Bullshit, man. Fuck you. And we're fighting. We're standing up against you dirty, rotten, criminal, drug-dealing cops and lawyers and Indian chiefs. Fuck you. Everybody in the world knows this shit now. We're not taking no more of this crap. We'll run you into the penitentiary. We'll take away your guns. We'll make sure that you're the ones that suffer, that your kids don't go to college, that your kids are the ones that are going to the graveyard in the penitentiary, not ours. See you later. Hey, Alex Jones, thanks for helping out there, man. That's some good work. Thanks a lot.